In this lesson, we're going to ask Ogre to build the tangent information for the mesh. So what we'll do is we'll use the mesh manager to get the mesh right before we make it and to build the tangent vectors in it. Let's start writing the code out. This line's going to be a little bit of a monster, so brace yourself. Let's create a mesh pointer, and then we'll load the mesh into it with using the mesh manager. So let's type in mesh manager get singleton. And now I will just load it in there. Just type in dot load, and now we'll need to pass in the file name, which is lowres.mesh. Put that in there. Type in comma. We'll need to pass in the group name, so we'll just give the resource group manager's default group name. So just do resource group manager, whatever the default is, just default resource group name. Pass that right in, and this is going to get extended pretty much. So I'm just going to take this into the next line. I'm going to put another comma, and now we'll just pass in some hardware buffer information. So type in hardware buffer, set it up for dynamic write only, so HBU, hardware buffer usage, dynamic, let's go back in there, dynamic write only, comma, then go back to the next line, hardware buffer. We'll set this one as the usage to be static write only. Pass that in here. And then for the vertex and vertex index and index shadows, we'll just pass it off both of them as true. So what we're doing here is, in a nutshell, we're just getting our mesh so that we can just change some stuff in it so that we can build the tangent vectors for it. Now what we'll need to do right now is we'll need to declare two new variables for the source and destination texture coordinates. So just unsigned short source and destination. Let's just type that out. And now we'll write an if statement. If that mesh suggest tangent vector builds params source dest, then what we'll do is, so if it's not suggested, if if it's returned false when we're trying to suggest the coordinate sets for building this tangent vectors, if it comes out as false, just have it build the vector. So pmesh build tangent vectors, source, pass in the source and the destination. So that's all that we have to do. Oh, and next display it. So we'll go ahead and compile it, and we'll see what the result gives us as soon as it comes up. So now that we have asked it to build the tangent vectors, our normal map shader will work correctly. I'm going to go ahead and move in closer so we can see it. And now we'll just wait for the light to spin around. And now you can see our normal map in action. You can tell because the chest plate is sticking out. So that's pretty cool. Now you can see the normal map is on our character, and it's capturing all the little bump details in there. Let's take a look at the back. So we have the normal map shader on our character. I'll go ahead and stop the rotation of the light so we can see this, and I'll just go ahead and do that by commenting the rotate light code here. Let's run it now and take a look at it without the spinning light. And we can move in here. Actually, the character has been imported at a very small size, so it probably wouldn't hurt to make it bigger. And now we can see the little normal data on here. You can see that as I move the camera around, how the bump comes out, how it sticks out. So that's pretty neat. We can see some of that in there. I'll just go ahead and uncomment that. Now let's go ahead and bring in the environment and set that up with the parallax map.